My name is Tawfik Shehata and I'm a chef. Today we're at my aunt's house. This is my Aunt Margaret and her sister Jeanette, and we're gonna be doing a very traditional old Egyptian dish that goes back to the time of the pharaohs, called Molokhia. The base of the Molokhia, the main ingredient, is a green leaf called Molokhia. It almost looks like Swiss chard or callaloo. It's a very coarse green leaf, and it's minced. We generally buy the leaf frozen. Midsummer, you find the actual greens, just like any other hardy green, but any other time of year, you find it in frozen packages, and it's very nutritious, but it's also a very inexpensive, nutritious meal. So this is well, Italians call this a mezzaluna. So if you get the fresh leaves, you have something like this, and you spend the whole time mincing. In the base of the soup, of course, our whole chicken is in a soup pot, and that just has a couple of bay leaves, some cardamom, some onions, and we just poach the chicken that way, and that's the base. Then we're gonna take the chicken out. In my mortar and pestle, I have minced garlic and whole coriander seed. We call this in Arabic, this is called Taqliya. In the pharaonic times, the Molokhia, it was actually given, there were occupiers in Egypt, it was actually given to the Egyptians as their only food in the hopes that it would kill them, because at the time they thought that the leaves were poisonous. And when it didn't kill the Egyptians and it actually made them stronger, then it was realized that it was a very healthy food to eat, and then it was taken away from the people and only food for kings. When I was a kid, whenever my mom made anything with a stock, like she was making a chicken stock or whatever, for whatever reason, she always felt she had to crack the cardamom pods, each one. So it was one of those things that I always remembered and I knew when my mom was making Molokhia, because if I was in the dining room playing or whatever, in the living room playing, I could hear this little crack of cardamom pods. She put the pot on the stove, and it was the last thing she did. She'd stand there next to the pot, she'd crack every cardamom pod and throw them in.
Like pumpkin seed.
Yeah, they believed that it would release the flavor, although you're blanching the chicken for a couple of hours, you're gonna get the flavor anyway.
Yeah. You don't even have to boil the chicken. You can buy ready-made chicken. That's why it's so easy now here in Canada.
No, we do our soup.
Yeah, I mean, if people are working and busy.
They'll put this in the
It will take time.
for 3 minutes only.
So
لا أدير الشوربة 3 minutes تعطيها
Either-
ساعة.
ما فيش 3 minutes بقول لك
يعني 3 minutes الطبخ.
after it cook.
دي طيب.
So this is whole Canadian chicken. The great thing is with Canadian chicken is the majority of chicken farms in Canada are family owned, which is amazing. And they never use hormones or antibiotics. I'm just gonna cut this into pieces so people can take it with their soup after. The great thing about this soup is every single person you meet has it differently. So it's one of those simple things that Egyptians love. I don't know anyone who doesn't love it, and no two people eat it alike. Like if you were to come to one of our family events where there's 20 people around the table and you were to look at everyone's plate is different. Some people have it as soup with a little bit of rice. Some people have it as a soup and the rice separately and the chicken separately. And
Yeah, I like to eat I put the soup in a bowl. So I take a little bit of rice and then I dip it in the soup and they eat it. But some people, they'll put the rice in the bowl and then they put the soup on top.
لا أساعد.
The soup is gone.
Right.
And then the chicken and the breadcrumbs.
yeah, I like it more of almost like a sauce on my rice. So I'm just adding a little bit of olive oil. This is the Taqliya. For the Molokhia, I do it with butter, but on here I just put a bit of olive oil in.
Yeah.
So this is what we call
smell it.
Taqliya. Just minced garlic, whole coriander seed.
Yeah, sometimes I can use powdered garlic. I mean the easy way out if I'm not
Well-
in a hurry.
I clean the garlic for them.
In my pot, what's left here, I've just got my onions and my cardamom, so I'm just gonna strain that off. So this will be the base of the Molokhia. I'm gonna put the wings here because I'm gonna snack on those.
He loves to watch his mom cooking. He always was there in the kitchen.
Always there. Generally, boys weren't helping in the kitchen. I was always there watching and asking questions, always ready to taste, but I didn't really take part in a lot of the cooking. I regret it now, but once that boils, we're gonna add the Molokhia. It's such an easy thing to prepare. My kids love it. It's like, it's on the weekend, let's have Molokhia, and takes no time. If you go into any Egyptian household, they have frozen molokhia in their freezer, guaranteed. So all you have to buy is a chicken, poach your chicken, and dinner's ready. It's not quite as slimy as like okra, but it does have a bit of that slime, which is what actually gives the soup its body. Because if it didn't have that slime, the soup would just be very thin, like chicken broth, because that's all it is. So the dishes that we'll be serving the molokhia on today were actually my grandmother's wedding gift. She gave those plates to my mom, and now I have them. So the plates that we'll be eating on are in the range of 120 to 130 years old. They've been around for a long time. So if I get into a car accident, I don't care about the car, as long as the plates are okay, because the car can be replaced, but the plates cannot.
Very nice, Tawfik.
Pretty good.
Salim Eid.
So it's a beautiful saying in Arabic when someone makes you food or someone makes something for you. We say salam edaik, which means God bless your hands. Thank you, Tant, and thank you, Tant, for letting me cook with you and teaching me.
It's an honor.
And teaching me. You know, I think.
No, you teach us.
I think it's very important for one, for families to cook together, period, and two, as your generation gets older, it's important that people cook these things, because a lot of these recipes, as we saw with what we were doing today, they were brought from the old country, and generally matriarchs memories and in their hearts to feed their families in the new country. And I think it's important for us in the new country to carry on these recipes and this food. I love the opportunity to make this with my aunts. I love the opportunity to document it. I can't stress how important it is for these experiences. And if you have family recipes, trust me, take the opportunity, write them down, give them the respect and the honor they deserve, because they've been around for generations. As we say in Arabic, bilhana wa shifa, it means enjoy your meal. So bilhana wa shifa, and I hope you share things like this with your family. This is my family's legacy recipe.